Hey guys, so I'm back from Costa Rica now. I'm in Florida, actually just in St. Pete, back in the van. You can see we're just not far from downtown St. Pete. Taylor's in the van there. You can see the beach over there. So I wanted to go through the gear I took to Costa Rica and just like sort of show you what I probably shouldn't have brought and what worked out, what didn't. So yeah, I'll get straight into it. Alright, so here's an overview of all my stuff. When it's out of the bags it seems like a lot, but that's sort of all the clothes and stuff there. Up here is a bit of gear, flip-flops, shoes, got the Ortlebs there. So these were on the back of the bike. And then I've got the little Apertura, that's the large handlebar bag. Got the little pouches, the top tube bags as well over there. So as far as clothes are concerned, I wasn't very conservative this trip, so I took doubles of everything. So yeah, 2 pairs of bike shorts. I definitely didn't need 2, so I'd take one of them away. It was nice having 2 a couple of times. There was a few times where, you know, I didn't get a chance to wash them, or I washed them and they didn't dry. And so I was able to use a fresh pair the next day, but really wasn't that necessary. Another thing I probably didn't need is I got a double up of t-shirts here. This is a cotton t-shirt. Definitely shouldn't have brought this. Same thing with the bike jerseys. I mean, I had a long sleeve bike jersey and I had the vegan bike jersey. The only reason I was glad I had 2 is on the rainy days I didn't have to wear my nice one. But I definitely cut out one of the jerseys. Leaves me with 1 jersey. Got the leg and arm covers. These I just got off eBay, super cheap, but keeps the sun off. I'd still bring them. I used them a few times when it was actually sunny. I actually brought 3 pairs of socks. There's 2 pairs there. There's another pair hanging around here. I probably would have stuck with 2. Socks are light. To be fair, I'd even consider going ankle socks just because, you know, 1 pair of ankle socks is like 2 pairs of the long socks. So probably would have gone for 2 pairs of ankle socks in hindsight. Got the hat, still would have taken that. The fleece, still would have taken this. I used it a few times. This is a t-shirt I got on the road. I shouldn't have picked it up. It got wet, it got moldy. Someone just gifted it to me and I said, yeah, I should have accepted that. So yeah, we're keeping that stuff. 2 pairs of shorts. I mean, it was nice having 2. It was a luxury, but definitely didn't need 2 pairs of shorts. Gloves, obviously need the gloves. Never cycle without them. This is a backpack. Highly recommend it. Used it many times and would definitely take it again. Flip-flops for sure. This, it's just like a waterproof pouch, and I put my passport in it, and that saved my passports on a few occasions from getting wet. Definitely would take again. The glasses, honestly, in Costa Rica, it's that hot that I hardly ever wore them. They'd either fog up a hill or they'd get covered in sweat. So I wouldn't really even recommend glasses if you're going to Costa Rica for cycling. So I'll chuck them over there in the no pile. Battery packs, keep them both. Shifting cable lead, definitely. Chopping board, just a thin chopping board, keep that. The tennis ball, I mean, the idea was to roll my muscles out a bit, but I only used it like 3 times, so I'd probably say no to that. I mean, going over this in hindsight just to try and lighten things up a bit. The chamois cream, I used it twice. You don't need a big one like this. Maybe I should have distilled some into something smaller, but I'd keep that. Couple of tubes, never had a flat though. Tyre levers, pump, still need them. Allen keys in that. Now I did have an issue with that. On the morning I was leaving, I couldn't find the right size in my normal kit, so I had to buy this. So I actually ended up taking 2 with me. The other one's over here. So yeah, in hindsight, find the missing piece or buy another one for my normal kit, and I wouldn't need 2, so that would save a bit of weight. This is the chessie for my GoPro, I'd keep that. Insect repellent, they told me I'd have to use it. I never used it once. The mosquitoes were kind of bad on the coast or near water, but I never actually bothered using this. I don't really know why, I just didn't. So I would definitely not take that next time. The bike lock, I think I used it once. I mean, I wouldn't recommend traveling without one though, so I just don't think I'd do a tour without a bike lock, honestly. These straps, I just use them to help support my front bag, because the front bag can tend to sort of droop a bit and touch the wheel. Med pack, I don't know, I probably wouldn't tour without something basic, even though I don't really know what's in it. I need to pay more attention, so I probably would leave that with my gear. The squirt lube, I only needed one of these. I wanted to test how long this would last though. It only lasted me maybe, I probably did the chain 4 times with this, so yeah, wouldn't bother taking one of them next time. I think I had that a bit half full. Obviously the 2 panniers, they got to come again. Dry bags, these are super handy. I used this one to cover the GoPro when it rained on my chesty, and this one I used for washing stuff. I just dumped the clothes in it, put some soap in it, water, and then close it and just agitate it for a while. So that worked out really well. Over here, the laptop charger. Obviously, I mean, did I need the laptop? I used it a lot, but it's a pretty heavy gaming laptop, so you know, ideally if you had the money you'd buy something lighter, maybe a MacBook Air or something like that. Tape like this, don't go to the airport without it, because almost guaranteed they're going to ask you to open the bag up, open your box up, and then you know you want to have something to tape it up again with. Had the case for the GoPro, never needed it. I would not have taken that if I'd known better. Didn't use it once because the gimbal mounts the GoPro without the case. Spare tyre, I mean, I took it for a reason. I was worried my tyre was going to fail, so I probably would still keep that in hindsight. And actually something else I should have brought was some spare spokes, because I just noticed on my bike that one of my spokes is broken. This is like a headlamp. If I was camping, I definitely would have used this, but I didn't actually use this once. I was staying in hostels and stuff like that, so yeah, would not have taken that. There's some bits and pieces in here. I've got a spare derailleur hanger. I've got a 10-speed chain link. I would still take those. Electrical tape, essential, and I also had some cable ties, although I don't think they're here. These are some girls' hair clips, and I use these to like peg washing. I'd still probably take those. This is a card to scrape out the rice cooker. Rice cookers, which is over here. Would I take this again? For what I was doing, it worked out really well. You've got the strainer, sorry, not the strainer, the steamer there. This is a lid from some other cooking gear, but it's lightweight, so I took that instead. Yeah, I would take it again. I wasn't camping, I was staying in hostels. It made my life super easy, and some of the hostels didn't actually have kitchens, so it saved me money on food too. It's one of those items, it was sort of a luxury, I admit that, but for what I was doing, it was great. Sponge, floss, shampoo. I mean, obviously, if I had the means, I would have taken a smaller shampoo. Toothpaste, nail clippers, definitely didn't need those. I mean, it was only a 3-week tour, you know. If you're doing longer than that, I would recommend to keep them though. Another dry bag. This was pretty cool. I had this quick strap, and I was using it to hang washing up. That works pretty well. I used it quite a few times. I'd probably keep that. It was worth having it. Shaver. I mean, I was there for 3 weeks. I shouldn't have taken that. I used it maybe once or twice. Charging. I'm not going to bother going through all the cords and that, but the one good thing, I definitely recommend these consoles, and it's got 4 different ports you can plug into. And just Costa Rica, if you don't know, is like your normal American 2-prong. Still take that. There's my top tube bag and my under top tube bag. And this is my gimbal stuff. That's the gimbal itself. Got a dual charger for GoPro batteries. Didn't need it. This has just got a bunch of SD cards in it. Probably didn't need it. I probably could have just taken one spare SD card, so just imagine I take 1 or 2 SD cards out and the SD card adapter, and then I wouldn't take that. It's a spare GoPro battery, I would obviously still take that. This is a gimbal part, I wouldn't bother taking that next time. A spare GoPro screw, I'd probably still take that. And a couple of spare screws for the gimbal, I'd probably still take that. Tupperware, I'd keep the Tupperware, super handy. This one kind of stinks now, needs a proper clean, but that just like folds up like that. Pretty much everything. I think I missed a few things over here. The multi-tool, essential. The torque wrench, I probably wouldn't bother taking that next time. It was nice to have it, but my bike's aluminium, so the only reason I needed it was for the carbon forks to put the stem on. But you know what, now that I think about it, I didn't even undo the stem. So yeah, I wouldn't take that again. The only thing that's missing from here is my laptop, so I'll quickly go and grab it. Alright guys, so I just went and grabbed the laptop. So that's the laptop there, it's just in this soft case. I think it's about a 17-inch laptop or something like that. And that's all the gear. I wish I could weigh what I wasn't taking. Well, this here is obviously the rack I've taken off my bike already. That's Axiom, and that can go on a road bike. And you've just got the mounts to go through the skewer there, and this here mounts up on the brakes. It's a good rack. Ended up putting some tape on it to protect it a bit. So yeah, this is all the gear I would not take next time. I couldn't tell you what it weighs, I don't have a scale, but it's probably a good like few kilos there anyway. Sort of puts things into perspective. Maybe if I spread it out a bit more. And on the bike itself, I've still got my light, my mount, and my Brighton 330 GPS. A couple water bottle holders, and my rear light. And of course the quad lock as well. So yeah, thanks for watching guys. You should leave a comment if you've got any questions, like the video, and I'm trying to get it to 100 subscribers, so if you've actually made it this far, maybe you're planning on going to Costa Rica for a ride or something, but yeah, I'd appreciate it if you subscribed.